with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Hey, good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us here on Facebook Live for the Erie News NOWCAST. I'm Brissa Bradfield. Do want to bring in meteorologist David Walter at the top of the show for our first check of that really cold forecast, David.
Yeah, temperature is quite chilly out there. We are seeing some snowflakes, more so back there into western New York around Jamestown and along Interstate 86 heading out towards the east. Even some snowflakes around Warren and Bradford right now. We do have that winter weather advisory that is in effect, and Futurecast will show us that we've got a little bit of that snow going. Not really doing a great job of showing the snow back there. We may have an inch or so of accumulation, more so into the higher elevations of western New York. But as we get into the night, that is when we are expecting those snow bands to start to set up a little bit more. There could be a heftier snow band into western New York through Chautauqua County, maybe stretching on down into Warren County. That's where we're going to have to watch. You can kind of see it right there. And if that connects to Lake Huron, that's what can allow for some of those higher totals. We're not looking at a huge event here, but certainly some of the parameters are in place for a decent amount of snow for some, especially into the higher elevations. This is going to be more so a travel issue as we get into the day on a Tuesday. Still noticing more of those snow showers out there, but things settling down during the day. The lake effect kind of falls apart, and we will see high pressure briefly build in. Wednesday actually looking great. That is a huge travel day. Of course, the next few days are very big travel days, but Wednesday looks good with the weather. So once we get into Thanksgiving, that's when we see some more wet weather, and then eventually some more wintry weather possible as we get towards the end of the week. Here's the snow outlook for tonight into Tuesday. The higher totals really into western New York around the Jamestown area, northern parts of Warren County. Some spots could see in excess of maybe 4 inches of snow. A general area of about 2 to 4, and that covers Warren and McKean County, Chautauqua, Cattaraugus County, where we do have the advisory in effect. Right now, the National Weather Service in Cleveland, they're discussing maybe putting out an advisory for southern Erie County. And you can see back into the eastern part of the county, we could be looking at 2 to 4 inches. And as you continue farther west and farther south, that is when our snow numbers do go down. Temperatures right now, we are in the lower and middle 30s out there. It is certainly chilly. We are dealing with that northwesterly wind, and we've got that wind up to about 17, 18 miles per hour. So that wind chill is definitely noticeable. Your zone outlook for today, really not seeing much of a warm up. Temperatures generally in the middle 30s with a breezy afternoon wind. We will have some snow showers out there, really little to no accumulation into the higher elevations. For today, temperatures just lower 30s into Crawford County, and Warren County only in the lower 30s. And that's another reason why once we get into tonight, that snow will stick fairly easily for these really cold spots. We're going to talk more about the next couple of days, and we'll get you an idea of what we can expect in terms of the possibility of some more wintry weather during the weekend. That's in a few minutes. Brissa?
All right, thanks, David. Well, we do have some new information to bring to you this morning. Mill Creek Township Police have arrested a person of interest following an armed robbery at a tavern Sunday night. It was reported at the Saucery, located in the 2600 block of West 26th Street, just before midnight. Officers later learned the suspect crashed his vehicle on West 21st Street. Police say they found a blue Mazda had crashed into a West 21st and Burst Avenue in the city of Erie. Now, after checking the area, a person of interest was taken into custody in the 1800 block of West 22nd Street. So far, no other details have been immediately released. This investigation is still ongoing. And breaking overnight news, at least 5 people are dead and more than 40 injured after someone drove an SUV through a Christmas parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Witnesses say a red SUV drove through a series of barricades and then plowed into a marching band and a crowd participating in the parade on Sunday afternoon. Video on your screen appearing to speed away from the scene was that red vehicle. Several children are said to be among the injured. Authorities expect the death toll to still go up.
Must have been going, at least 40 to 50 miles an hour. Just came through, and I saw, maybe 3 people right in front of me get hit.
Yeah, words hard to hear there. Waukesha police say they have recovered the SUV and do have a person of interest in custody. The Waukesha School District has canceled classes for today. And on the coronavirus front, all adults in Pennsylvania are now eligible to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine booster shot. That's according to the acting Secretary of Health, Allison Beam. On Friday, it all comes after an in-depth review by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and the CDC. Everyone 18 and older can schedule a booster dose 6 months after receiving their second dose of Pfizer or Moderna, or 2 months after receiving the J&J vaccine. Now, regardless of which vaccine brand was received for the primary vaccination, any brand can be used for your booster dose. In the meantime, schools across the country are hoping that COVID cases stay low heading into Thanksgiving so they don't have to turn to remote learning. Well, Arlene and Jonathan caught up with the Charter School of Excellence, where they're rather confident they won't need to go remote this holiday season.
Kids need to be in school.
For Principal Dan Maestrian and many other administrators on their staff at the Charter School of Excellence, they're making it their mission to keep kids in the classroom. Cases in Erie County have been the highest in over a year, but in the building at the Charter School of Excellence, they've been low. Maestrian says it's because of mitigation strategies, students and staff working together to stay in person.
All of those pieces need to be firing together to make this work.
Maestrian says sometimes students need reminders, but across the board they've been good about following the health and safety plan.
That we are still in a pandemic. Wear your mask properly. Keep your distance when possible. And really, just take care of those little things.
The charter school has held vaccine clinics in the past, open to families, students, and staff. They're holding another one right before Christmas in December. Maestrian says even with cases rising, he doesn't see a way they go remote once again.
Are you confident you're going to get through this holiday season without having to go back online?
Totally confident. Again, in district-wide, our numbers have been, comparatively low.
Elena Jonathan, Erie News Now.
And join us tomorrow morning after Erie News Now sunrise for a live roundtable discussion with several of our local school superintendents. Mark and I will be hosting an open forum to discuss some of the key issues our schools and school leaders are facing these days and how they're working to safely guide their districts through the pandemic. We'll be live from 8 to 9 a.m. on Facebook. It's really a chance to get all of your questions answered, so be sure to tune in tomorrow morning on Facebook Live from 8 to 9 a.m. And switching gears, the Pennsylvania Game Commission continues to investigate a fatal hunting accident that happened on the first day of bear hunting season. Game officials say 64-year-old Gary Hunt of Corey was accidentally shot and killed by his 42-year-old hunting companion. It all happened on State Game Land 197 in Columbus Township around noon on Saturday. The companion was ahead of Hunt crossing a creek when he slipped or tripped and fell. His hunting rifle discharged behind him, hitting Hunt in the stomach. This investigation is continuing. And meantime, we've seen price hikes on grocery store shelves all throughout the pandemic. And with Thanksgiving now just 3 days away, you could be spending a little more for that holiday meal. Our Molly Samora has more on what a grocery store out in Warren is experiencing.
Absolutely not. Yeah, this is unprecedented.
Local grocery store owner Todd Leroy of Sure Finds in Warren tells me that he never believed when he bought the store 5 years ago he would be seeing so many shortages and price increases at his store.
We have certain things that are short on a weekly basis, and then certain things that are going up a lot in pricing too.
While Leroy informs me they are all stocked up with everything you would need for a Thanksgiving dinner this week, it just might not be the brands you're used to.
Juice drinks and that kind of thing, the box drinks for kids and that we're having troubles getting. And then it's just a variety of things throughout the store. We're not out of anything, but it might not be the main brands that someone might want, but for the most part we can get everything that they would want.
And if you plan to cook any meats for families this holiday season, you will be paying more.
Absolutely. We're up about, depending on the item, probably 10 to 15%. You see like your strip steaks and your Del Malicos and that kind of thing are going up.
As for when price increases will end,
I hope it's not the reality, but I do not know when it's going to end. Nobody wants to pay more for sure, but they understand why it is.
Molly Samora, Erie News Now.
All right, thanks, Molly. In the meantime, it's been 3 years in the making. The Flagship City Food Hall in North Park Road downtown is now officially open to the public. The food hall features 9 different culinary concepts, all from savory to sweet, and lots of local talent in each kitchen. There was a soft opening and a ribbon cutting last week as community leaders who helped support the big project from the Erie Downtown Development Corporation had the chance to see it all happen firsthand. The Flagship City Food Hall will be open Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. until 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturdays, and Sundays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And the Erie City Mission is distributing over 1,200 Thanksgiving turkey bags to people in need today. Each bag is stuffed with all the fixings for a Thanksgiving dinner and will be accompanied by a turkey. Now identification is required and distribution will end when the turkeys are gone. The Erie City Mission provides services and care to restore people impacted by addiction, poverty, and homelessness. The distribution started at 9 o'clock this morning. And David, for anyone heading down there, they're going to want to bundle up. It's colder than it looks outside.
It is certainly cold out there today, and we're not even going to really get out of the middle 30s this afternoon. We got a lot of clouds in place. Looking for a little bit of sunshine from time to time. We have the winter weather advisories in effect for those counties shaded in the bluish purple, and that includes Chautauqua, Cattaraugus County in western New York, and Warren and McKean County here in northwest PA, and that's where we are looking at snow totals maybe on the order of about 2 to 4 inches, possibly a little bit more than that. We will be watching a band that will generally come from north down to south, and that's where some of the heavier snow totals will be as we get later on into tonight. Of course, your first warning weather team, we've got you covered all day long. Some snow shower generally for the first part of the day on a Tuesday. Wednesday actually looking good, approaching 50 degrees. Thanksgiving Day itself, some showers moving later on in the day, but as you are traveling off to grandma's house or wherever the journey takes you, it's not looking bad because we're just going to be dealing with those rain showers again. They're more so later in the day. But towards the end of the week, we're going to keep an eye on those snow chances as we do get cold air in place, and 3 straight days, middle and upper 30s, right on through the weekend.
All right, thank you, David, and thank you all at home for tuning in here for the Erie News Nowcast right on Facebook Live. Our next news is coming up at noon on WSEE. Enjoy your Monday, everyone.